Yes, you can start.
Yeah, so we were on like ILNFS prices. So during ILNFS prices, the company wasn't impacted that much. They just had somewhat minor decrease in their, we can see minor decreasing AUM during this Q3 of 19. Other than that, they had like they record and they had good growth as we can see. And talking about NPAs, we cannot see like spike or anything as such in their NPAs. So they are having like kind of flattish structure in their NPAs. Now their asset liability mismatch. So except for these 5 years bucket, they are having positive as a ALM all over, and total ALM is also kind of so looking at total ALM, it is also kind of positive. So we can see as during the ILNFS crisis, there was this liquidity issue and which caused in cost of borrowing. So we can see here effect if their cost of borrowing rise from like in Q4 FY19, which was 8.5% to like 9.15 and 9.3% in Q2 FY20. So this is the impact which most of the NBFCs face of which related to cost of funds. Other than that, I don't see any impact as such or no warning or strictures from RBI or anything. So coming to next crisis, which was COVID-19 pandemic. So during COVID-19 pandemic, company was very like proactive and this conservative approach towards this. So they had pay cuts for senior management, like voluntary pay cuts by senior management. No increment for employees. Hiring was freeze. They deferred their branch expansion and all the discretionary expenses were minimized. So, and also we can see these two their liquidity buffer and SLR, that is statutory liquidity ratio, which we can see clear increase in their liquidity buffer from like 9,000 crores to 17,000 crores in Q4 FY21. So they were like, and also we can see they increased their provision in Q1 FY21 and also in Q4 FY20 itself. So this shows their conservative approach towards dealing with such crisis. So talking about AUM, we can see this dip in Q1 FY21 due to COVID and again in Q3 FY21. Rather than then they recover and we can see consistent increase in their AUM. So looking at their GNP and NNPA, so there wasn't as such any spike or anything in NPS, as you can see. And here, writing of GNP and NPA can be seen due to their increase in provision coverage ratios and all that. So, yeah. And also, you must have noticed the point that here the net NPAs are around 5% or 4.5%, 5%. But earlier in while I was demonetization slide, their NPAs were around 2%. So that difference is due to mainly due to their recognition of some accounting standards. First, they used to use like IGAP, that is Indian GAAP, I think so, and now they shifted to India and all that. So the difference is due to mainly due to that, I think so. So now coming to ROA during that period. So as we can see, due to provisions and all that, their ROA were down, but they recovered. And during second wave, we can see dip here, but soon they recovered during second quarter of FY20. So talking about price to book value ratios, so I have covered they were uh, back to back events. So it was like kind of continuous. So price to book value during IMF was so the price to book value was 2.2 during IMF.
Sorry, Rishikesh. Sorry to stop you. We are getting a lot of disturbance in your voice here. Can't hear you. I think you must be using your mobile network, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So this
now
slide,
am I
maybe
audible?
when you're talking about the price to book, you can, yeah, you're better audible now. So maybe you can repeat what you were saying about the
Okay.
price to book chart.
Yeah. So during ILNFS crisis, their valuation was around 2 times their price to books, and which fell COVID crash as we know, and they again recovered from it, but they are still around 1.8, 1.3 kind of price to book ratio currently as well. Like, so it's all about that is all about their valuation. So now coming to forensics, so they have achieved score of 73%, around 74%, which is 17 out of 23. So I don't see any concerning points regarding them, but these are the metrics where they weren't able to score. So promoter ownership, as we saw,
Rishikesh, your
it was
slide hasn't
around.
moved. Your slide is still in the price to book value.
Oh,
I think there's some
now,
issue. No, it's still there. The
No,
same.
I think you need to stop sharing and reshare again. It got stuck, I think.
oh,
No problem. I think so in situations like this, maybe it's better to not present. I think you could just say we, we could postpone these PPTs. Yes, we can see the forensic slide now.
so I was talking about. So they had like kind of around 74% score, which is 17 out of 23. So there weren't any concerning things about them. Just the first point, their promoter ownership is around 25%, as we saw. Uh, so here they weren't able to score, and promoter stake as a percentage of their net worth. So there was no individual promoter. So this was meant for, I think, so individual promoter. So uh, yeah, so I score them. They were given zero score here by me. So related party transactions. So with KMPs and all that. So 28 lakhs to promoter, and thus company buy from or sell to promoter, so paid 50 crore of net commissions to promoter group to get some business, and thus company pay loan or receive loans. So deposit, since it is a deposit taking NBFC, so deposits are made by promoters and KMPs. So coming to time series analysis, how has company performed over time? So AUM has grown by 11.5% over last 5 years, as we can see. And this last spike in AUM is due to their merger. So yeah, and their price to book value is around 2, as we saw in FY20, FY19, it was around 2.3, and it is down to about 1.6 in 9 months FY23. So it is kind of valuation is lower. So coming to GNP and NPA, so they are able to bring their NPS down to around 6.3% from 8.4% in FY19, and also net NPS to around 3.2% from 5.7% in FY19. So, and coming to ROI and ROE, in FY22, just there we can see dip here in FY22, so which must be due to COVID, and but they have recorded it, and Now their ROE is around 17.12% and ROA around 3.4%. So uh, coming to cross-sectional analysis with their peers, so this is data on quarter three of FY23. So Shriram is the kind of biggest player in this sector with over 1,70,000 crores of AUM compared to Mahindra, Cholamandalam, L&T Finance and Sundaram. Price to book value ratio. So Cholamandalam is kind of highly valued, or so which is around 4.4 price to book value ratio. Other companies are around like 1.8, 1.3, as we can see. So, and in ROA comparison, uh, so Cholamandalam is earning like 20% ROE and 3.6% ROA, which is highest amongst the peer, whereas Shriram is around 15.79% and 3.4%. And for NPA, so in gross NPA, Shriram is having highest GNPAs, and Cholamandalam is having kind of highest net NPAs amongst the peers. So moving forward to their future outlook, so management has given guidance of 15% AUM growth in coming future. Post merger ROA to be 3% and ROE return on equity to be around 16 to 18%, and credit cost to be around 2%. As their SME business to grow at around 20 to 25%, and their cost to income ratio will be between 22 to 24% in medium term, as guidance given by the management in con call. So after merger, so re-rating can happen if the Shriram Housing Finance maintain its growth momentum. So they are having this housing finance business, which is also kind of having very good growth, and while retaining in asset quality in personal loan and MSME book and MSME loan. So yeah, only the overall about company I can say it is kind of good company. Just they can just improve on their NPA side. So it is overall it is good company, and also cost of borrowing will come down to 8.77%. So cost of borrowing will come down, which is 8.77% currently, and they will be having opportunity to finance more number of vehicles due to implementation of scrappage policy by government. So here I have attached some awards and recognition for us to see. So that's all from my side.
Thank you,
Thanks, Rishikesh.
Rishikesh, for the presentation. One thing that was missing, I might have missed it. The liability mix, was it
Uh,
there in the PPT?
no, that wasn't there.
That wasn't there. No? Okay, maybe you could add it in the feedback. I mean, when Nirvan sends,
Yeah,
you could
yeah,
add
sure.
that
Yeah,
in the
I'll
updated
add that.
side.
Yeah.
In general, I like the first part where you were discussing about the story of the founder and all. However, you could just reduce a bit of time in the board part. Maybe there you can speed up a little bit, because
Yeah,
the way you analyze, I mean, I think the beautiful part about your presentation is your analysis, where you try to go into each of these companies and you bring in a lot of insights. So I enjoy listening to that also. But yeah, I mean that I mean, if I had like 30 minutes for it, maybe spend more time on that part. Yeah,
yeah. Kind of
could reduce
today
the
I
board.
was in somewhat disturbed
Ha
environment
ha.
here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
It
that's what
was
I was saying.
complete mess.
Yeah. So Rishikesh, I mean, and others as well. This is a general feedback that if you, I mean, situations happen. We can't have control over it. But if you face such a situation, don't push yourself to give this PPT and all. You take care of that situation and just let us know in the WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group, right? That we won't be able to present today because of so and so thing. I mean, we know that how hardworking you are, and also your situation right now. Uh, we can always have a delayed presentation. It's already ready and you know this company, so we could always do that a bit later. Yeah,
No, I thought I can, but it's okay.
yeah,
So,
Don't
yeah.
mention.
Rishikesh, you're presenting from Nagpur today or from your home?
Yeah, yeah. I'm currently in hospital, and then the staff came and said
Ah,
you can't present
okay.
here, so please, here they are getting disturbed and all
Okay,
that.
okay, okay, okay. No worries, no worries. So, what I would suggest you to do, Rishikesh, is next time you're taking a presentation from a chaotic atmosphere like this. First of all, great job in still going through with the presentation. Apart from that minor disturbance in the middle, I think it was pretty smooth. So, first of all, great job on doing that. Second of all, if you have such a situation ना, पहले से एक बार बता दिया करो हमें, जैसे गौरव ने बोला कि I will be doing it from so and so location, makeshift location. There might be disturbances. Okay, so we'll be mentally prepared कि अगर disturbance ज़्यादा हो रहा है ऋषिकेश, then we'll ask you to pause midway, and you can continue again. Maybe next day in a more calmer situation. Okay,
Hmm.
so don't worry about that. If you're taking a presentation from a hospital, etc., there is bound to happen. All sorts of chaos will happen. So that's not your fault at all. Yeah. Now coming back to the company. So one data point which you have captured incorrectly, which you should immediately correct, is the price to book value. So I had told you that the screener figures are wrong because the
Oh,
screener is not reflecting the this is something you should be careful about, Rishikesh, because from you I expect better on these things. So
yeah,
uh, the price to book value is actually 1.1x right now post merger. So it is काफी undervalued है मेरे हिसाब से, which is why
uh,
I find this interesting, and which is why you're doing the repeat presentation because it might be a good opportunity. Yeah, so that is number one. So please correct that in your presentation.
sure.
Uh, Second is in terms of the Sanlam family, I would like you to, or the Sanlam group, I think they came in around 2003. So I've captured that as part of further work. You should try to find out how they came into the picture, a South African group in an Indian company, right?
Okay.
So थोड़ा उसको समझो, what their contribution is, what their expertise is. They also have one member on the board, so that is something that we need to get more into. Yeah, and on NPA classification during one of the crises, you said that their NPA spiked because they moved from 150 DPD to 120 DPD.
Yeah.
So, like, what is this? Didn't RBI still have the 90-day norm?
No, no, that was during that time, during demonetization period in like around FY16, FY17. So NBFCs were having more relaxed norms. I think
Oh,
so.
okay.
Yeah,
Right, right, right. Okay, but so during that time also there was a shift by RBI from 150 to 120, is it?
yeah, and then from 120 to 90, as we
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, 120 to 90 happened recently. At that
Yeah,
time, it,
recently.
it changed from 150 to 120, is it?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay, got it. Yeah, so surprisingly, I mean, if you look at the cross-sectional analysis, in terms of ROA, ROEC, there first of all, their cost to income ratio is mind blowing. Yeah, it's 22 to 24%, which is
yeah,
much lower than HDFC Bank also. HDFC Bank has 35, 36% cost to income. So very, very, very low cost operations. That's where their ROAs and ROEs are high in spite of such high credit costs, right? And
yeah,
GNPA and NPA. So this is not a company to be taken lightly at all, and especially with the merger, they are now diversified into other streams also, apart
other
from,
schemes also.
yeah,
Yeah,
apart from vehicles. And like you captured in the future outlook, their SME finance is supposed to grow at a faster rate than their vehicle finance.
yeah,
So it becomes more lucrative in terms of diversification. Yeah, because commercial vehicle finance is a very, very cyclical business. So all these are great things happening. The company is available at 1.1x book. In my opinion, it's a very strong recommendation for a buy for with a view to mean reversion and valuation, right?
yes,
As
yes.
the business sort of keeps growing. So this is the aspect that needed to come out, Rishikesh, from the presentation. Yeah. So I think you missed on that aspect in terms of uh, the undervaluation aspect of it. I am sure if you had realized the stock was at 1.1x book, and if you had compared its historical valuations, you would have arrived at the same conclusion. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been
But
at
post
around one.
merger,
Yeah,
yeah, post merger, it looks kind of lucrative opportunity.
yeah, exactly. So they do quarterly presentations. So you could have captured that data from there. They've given the book value, etc., post merger. In the quarter three presentation.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
relied on screener for that. That
yeah.
was
No, we had a specific conversation, Rishikesh. You will remember. We had a
yeah.
WhatsApp chat
I
on
thought
this.
about other metrics, but for also for other companies, I rely on screener for price to book. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, but sometimes a screener updates their book value metrics and balance sheet data once every 6 months. So if there is a merger or something happening, you will not get the data. That's why specifically, I had mentioned that when you had pinged me. Anyway, no worries. So just make those changes, and I'll send the further investigations part as feedback. Yeah.
okay, okay, sure.
And once again, great resilience here in presenting under
Mhm.
tough conditions. So good job on that.
Thanks,
Great. Thank you.
Thanks,
thanks.
Rishikesh.